Welcome back to Larry H. Miller Field for our first winners bracket game of the evening between the 6-seed Orem Tigers and 2-seed Brighton Bengals. The loser of today's game will not be out of it yet, as they will take on Salem Hills after they eliminated Olympus here earlier today. My name is Kyle Garrison. Thanks so much for joining us on KSLSports.com for our third of 4 games here in round 2 of bracket play in the 5A Utah State Baseball Tournament. Orem comes off of a dramatic walk-off home run win yesterday from Taden Kawa, while Brighton handily beat Olympus 10-0. This should be an excellent game today, as our pitching matchup will feature Case Beams for the Bengals and Kai Wesley for the Tigers. The designated home team starting things off is the 2-seed Brighton Bengals. Case Beams will start at the plate. Case Beams coming in 2.83 ERA, 46 strikeouts, 15 walks, 14 earned runs through 34 and 2/3 innings pitched. Starting things off for the Orem Tigers is number 23, Merrick Boston. Merrick Boston, center fielder, hitting in the 1 spot today for the Tigers. Tigers versus Bengals here. Big cat on big cat action here in this 2 versus 6 seed matchup. Top of the first inning, and we are ready to get things underway. First pitch of the afternoon coming in from Case Beams, number 7. Ball 1 outside from Beams. Case Beams, the senior, an excellent on the year for the Bengals. As Merrick Boston will take ball 2, starting things off here. 2-0 count, top of the first inning. He'll take ball 3, 3-0 count running here early for Boston. Orem coming in, beat Salem Hills yesterday 11-9 on the walk-off home run from Taden Kawa, 3-run bomb. As strike 1 pours in there. Kawa didn't start or stop on that 3-1 bomb, but he had 4 hits, 3 RBIs, a double, and the walk-off home run to advance to the winner's bracket as a lead-off walk drawn here by Merrick Boston will get things started for the Tigers. Cy Burge playing shortstop here today, wearing number 1, batting in the 2 spot. Burge 2 RBIs yesterday on 2 hits for the Tigers. Man on first, nobody out, swing and a miss on pitch number 1 coming in from Case Beams. Swing and a miss on the 0-1. Quickly 0-2 on Cy Burge with a man on first after the lead-off walk from Merrick Boston. The right-handed pitcher, Case Beams, up against the right-handed batter, Cy Burge. Ball 1 outside, make it a 1-2 count. Checking back over. On Boston is Beams at first base. 1-2 pitch, fouled off, 1-2. Orem coming in with a 19-9 record on the season through 28 games. 1-2, smacked into left field, line drive, that's a base hit. Boston will hold at second base, but a no-out single advances Boston to second base as Cy Burge has himself a no-out single. That'll bring up Chase Ford, designated hitter today for the Tigers. batting in the 3 spot and wearing number 4. Chase Ford had an RBI yesterday in the win over Salem Hills. Salem Hills did beat Olympus today, so Salem Hills advances. Oh, inside Beams. A little bit loose with that pitch. That'll load up the bases with no outs here in the top of the first inning. Hit by pitch for Chase Ford on the first pitch. And that'll bring up Taden Kawa. We know what he did yesterday. He has been absolutely phenomenal in the Super Regionals. Bringing that over yesterday against Salem Hills in the 11-9 win. He has the bases loaded with no outs here in the top of the first inning. Big spot here for Case Beams pitching to Kawa. Kawa in the cleanup spot for good reason. We know what he can do as he takes strike 1. Had a home run, 3 RBIs versus Jordan in Game 2 of the Super Regionals. As he swings at the 0-1 pitch, make it 0-2 quickly here to Taden Kawa. Case Beams trying to work out of a bases loaded jam, and a swing and a miss from Taden Kawa for out number 1 here in the top of the first inning. Strikeout number 1 for Case Beams in a big spot with the bases loaded. Taden Kawa goes down, swinging at a pitch outside the zone. That'll bring up Zach Ingerman. Ingerman wearing number 8, batting number 5, playing in right field today. Swing and a miss from Case Beams on pitch number 1. Another righty on a righty matchup. One out here. 0-1 pitch coming from Beams. Ball hit high up into left field. Playable by the shortstop. For out number 2, that'll hold Boston at third base. Big out number 2 here as Beams continues to try and work out of the bases loaded jam with no outs. Now we got 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Fly out, not deep enough to allow the runner to tag, will bring up Jackson Johnson. Wearing number 2, playing second base, batting 6th today for the Tigers. He takes ball 1 high. 1-0 pitch coming from Beams. Called strike on the outside of the plate. 1-1 even count. Ball 2 called here by the home plate umpire. Little bit low. 2-1 count coming to Jackson Johnson. Called strike 2, even count up at 2-2. 2 outs here in the top of the first. Bases loaded. Strikeout number 2 for Case Beams. Caught Jackson Johnson looking, working out of the bases loaded jam with no outs. Gets back-to-back-to-back outs to end the inning. Stranding 3 on the bases is Orem. We'll take you to the bottom of the first inning before a word from our sponsors. And we're back here at Larry H. Miller Field at Brigham Young University. Case Beams working out of the bases loaded jam in the top of the first. Holding Orem scoreless, as we will have Jack Saba leading things off here in the 1 spot, wearing number 9, playing shortstop for the Bengals, facing off against the big righty Kai Wesley. Kai Wesley wearing number 24, PO today. Looking to start things off strong here for Orem in a 0-0 ball game, bottom of the first inning. Pitch one coming in from Wesley. And he'll tag Jake Saba in the back. That'll be a hit by pitch walk. Lead off base runner here at first base for Bubba Ellis. Number 4, Bubba Ellis. Coming up to the plate, .333 average, 1.09 OPS, 13 hits, 15 RBIs, 14 walks for the junior. No outs, man on first for number 4, playing in right field and batting in the 2 spot today for the Bengals. Pitch coming, fouled off, 0-1 here from Wesley to Ellis. Wesley takes a peek over at first base. Here's the 0-1. He'll turn back, throw to first. Not in time as Jack Saba gets back to the bag. We'll reset. You can see Kai Wesley straddling that left side of the mound. Big right-handed pitcher going up against the lefty. Here's a steal attempt by Saba, and he's into second base safe. Runner in scoring place early here for the Bengals. Called strike before the throw. Make it 0-2 quickly on Bubba Ellis. Oh-2 pitch. Inside. First ball of the count, 1-2. Here to Ellis. One, two. Line sharply to second base for the first out of the inning. 4-3 ground out. For out number 1. Runner will advance. Jack Saba on the ground out. Advancing over to third base. That'll bring up the 3-hitter, Riley Brown, number 24. Playing third base today for Brighton. Ball hit high into center field. Playable. Saba's going to tag. Throw not in time. Saba slides in, giving Brighton the 1-0 advantage early here in the bottom of the first inning. 2 outs, nobody on. Sacrifice fly there from Riley Brown. River Schmidt stepping up to the plate. Nobody on. 2 outs here in the bottom of 1. Wearing number 28, batting in the cleanup spot. The DH today for the Bengals. Strike 1, pour it in there from Kai Wesley. A 1 pitch. That hits number 28, River Schmidt as well. Second hit by pitch of the inning for the Bengals. Put a runner on first here. Number 23, Cooper Scott, stepping up to the plate. In the 5-hole, wearing 23, playing out in left field today. Swung on, fouled on the right side. 0-1 count here to Scott. Here's the 0-1. Swung on. High into center field. Playable from Merrick Boston, and that will do it for the first inning. Brighton tacking on a run on the Riley Brown sacrifice fly RBI We'll take you to the top of the second inning after these messages from our sponsors. Welcome back to Larry H. Miller Field. We're set to get started here in the top of the second inning. Leading off for the Tigers, Blake Brotherson, playing second base, wearing number 7 and batting number 7 here for Orem. Brighton leading this one 1-0. Case Beams loaded up the bases with no outs in the first, but got out of it unscathed with no runs to show for it. One-zero pitch, swung on and missed here to start the top of the second. Blake Brotherson saw some action on the mound yesterday as a pitcher in the game against Orem. Check swing, appeal over to first base. First base ump says he did not go. Make it 3-1 here to Brotherson. Called strike. Loading up the count is Case Beams. 3-2 full count. Here is the payoff. Fouled into the back net. We'll reset and do it again. No outs here. Full count to the leadoff hitter, Blake Brotherson. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 3 for Case Beams for out number 1 in the top of the second inning. Case Beams gets Brotherson swinging.
Now playing for 5, Jack Allen.
Number 5, Jack Allen hitting in the 8 spot. Playing catcher today. As Beams works quickly. 0-1 strike. Nobody on. 1 out, 0-1 count here for Jack Allen. Oh, 1 pitch outside, 1-1 even count here in the top of the second. Make it 2-1. Beams wasted no time here on the mound, working exceptionally quickly here as he induces another whiff. 2-2 count, even to Jack Allen. Mac Ellison in the on-deck circle. Fouled off. Remains 2-2 here to Allen. Takes ball 3 inside. Full count with 1 out in the top of 2. Swung on into right field. Playable. And will be caught by Bubba Ellis for out number 2 in the top of the second inning. Couple of full counts. Case Beams able to work through it. That'll bring up the 9 hitter, wearing number 9, Mac Ellison, playing in left field today for Orem. Ball way outside. Taken by Ellison, 1-0. Swung on into left field. Ball's carrying but playable. And that will be out number 3. 1-2-3 inning for Case Beams. In the top of the second inning, we'll take you to the bottom of the second with the Bengals up to bat after a word from our sponsors. Back to Brigham Young University. Number 25, Easton Fry in the 6th spot, set to lead things off here for the Bengals with a 1-0 lead in our round 2 of bracket play for the 5A Utah State Baseball Tournament. Loser of this game will take on Salem Hills tomorrow. Winner will advance and get the winner of the loser of this game in Salem Hills. First pitch swinging here for Easton Fry. into shallow center field. Caught there by the shortstop, number 1, Cy Burge.
Now playing right, J.C. Garza.
J.C. Garza in the 7th spot, wearing number 8, playing catcher. Takes ball 1 here with 1 out in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Called strike here, 1-1 count running for Garza. That ball is smoked into the dugout. Avoided anybody there in the Brighton dugout. Fortunately, that ball was on a rope to make it 1-2 to J.C. Garza. One, two coming. That ball hit softly to shortstop. Throw way over the head, and that's going to be a ground rule double. As the throw from shortstop bounced out of play, that's going to be a huge 1-out single. Turned into a man on second for J.C. Garza. Garza's going to get a pinch runner. Easton Gustafsson will pinch run for Garza here. That'll be a single with a reach to second base on an error. Here comes Miles Layton, wearing number 11, first base, hitting in the 8th spot with 1 out and a man on second. Ball outside here from Kai Wesley. Righty on righty matchup here. Miles Layton, number 11, 310 batting average, 896 OPS, committed to Air Force, 13 hits, 16 RBIs, 5 walks on the year for the senior. That ball's hit hard into left field. That ball's carrying. That ball is out of here. Miles Layton with a 2-run bomb to give the Brighton Bengals a 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the 2nd inning with 1 out. That ball was carrying until it wasn't anymore. Over the left field fence for Miles Layton. The Brighton dugout there to meet him. 2nd home run of the year for Layton. Coming in a big spot here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Brighton Bengals have been putting up runs all year long. 25-3 record. Due to hits like that from guys like Miles Layton. All the way outside here to Nacho Price. 1 out, 1 ball, no strikes. Nobody on base after the 2-run bomb from Miles Layton. Nacho Price hitting in the 9th spot, wearing number 3 and playing second base today. Ball hit high into center field. It's going to drop between the second baseman, the right fielder, and the center fielder for Nacho Price. Little pop fly, blooper, falls in between all 3 Orem defenders. 1 out single here for Nacho. Real name is Alexandros, but Nacho's his nickname. And I like Nacho. One ball, no strikes here. Back to the top of the order here in the 2nd inning. Jack Saba hit by pitch in the 1st. We'll get another at-bat here in the 2nd. Nacho Price on first base after the bloop single. Saba, we talked about early in the game, 349 average for the senior, 1.148 OPS, 30 hits, 21 RBIs, 17 walks, 5 home runs. 5 triples and 5 doubles as well. 5s across the boards when it comes to extra base hits for the leadoff hitter. Looks like here he had to change his helmet. Not sure why there, but he will. It remains a 1-0 count with a man on first base. One 0 pitch. Swung on, hit hard on the left field line. It's going to leak foul. A couple hard hit balls to the left side. Pull side for the righty hitters. Make the count 1-1. All even. Brighton jumping out to a 3-0 lead early. Man on first, 1 out for Jack Saba. High into left center. Ball is playable. And that is out number 2. Caught by Mac Ellison for the Tigers to retire Jack Saba.
Now playing for Bubba Ellis.
That'll bring up number 4, Bubba Ellis. Real name Jonathan. His friends call him Bubba, so I'm going to call him Bubba. That ball dribbling over to third base. Playable. And that will be out number 3 in the inning. But a 2-run bomb by Miles Layton opened things up here. Brighton leads 3-0. Heading to the top of the third. We'll be right. And we are back for the top of the third inning here. Brighton Bengals lead the Orem Tigers 3-0. Here in the top of the third. Back to the top of the lineup for the Tigers. Merrick Boston. He hits this one sharply to third base. That one's going to get through. Shortstop tries to make a play. Boston beating out the throw. Lead off single to start things off here for Orem. That'll bring up the 2-hitter, Cy Burge. The shortstop had a single in the first inning. Looking to add to that total. Strike 1 called on the outside rail. 0-1 count here to Cy Burge from Case Beams. Merrick Boston on first base for the Tigers. No outs, top of 3. Boston's going to steal, and he's going to get in there safely. Throw just a little bit off. That's a stolen base here from Merrick Boston. Runner in scoring position for the Tigers. Cy Burge up at the plate. 0-2 count. No outs. Foul tip here remains 0-2. Orem trying to answer the home run from Miles Layton in the bottom of the second inning for the Bengals. With a man on second, nobody out. 0-2 pitch coming here from Beams. Swung on, hit sharply to second base, and that is playable. 4-3 ground out here. We'll move the runner over to third base. Out number 1 in the inning. For Case Beams will bring up Chase Ford. Hit by pitch in his first plate appearance. We'll get another crack at it here with a man on third and 1 out. Called strike 1 to start things off. Oh, 1 pitch coming from Beams outside, 1-1. Outside once again, 2-1 here to Chase Ford. Designated hitter for the Tigers. Swing and a miss. Count runs even 2-2. Chase Ford with an RBI yesterday in the win over Salem Hills. And he will get another RBI as a little line drive into left field. He'll hold at first base as a throw is cut off. RBI single here to get the Tigers on the board with their first run of the day. RBI single for Chase Ford will put him at first base. With the cleanup hitter, Taden Kawa up at the plate. Struck out in the first inning. Hits this one high into right field. Playable. Out number 2. Caught by Bubba Ellis. Out there in right field. That'll bring up Zach Ingerman. Fly out in his first plate appearance. 2 outs. Man on first in the top of the third inning. Fouled back. Oh, 1. Beams takes a look over at first base. Here's the 0-1. Outside, even count 1-1. Low and outside, 1-1. Make it 2-1 on Zach Ingerman. Zach Ingerman with an RBI as well. Throwback to first base, not in time. Chase Ford back to the bag. Righty on righty matchup here between Beams and Ingerman. Ingerman slaps this to third base. Played well. And that will be out number 3 on the force out at second base. That'll do it in the top of the third. We'll bring you to the bottom of the third. Brighton Bengals leading the Orem Tigers 3-1 here in the 5A Utah State Baseball Tournament. We'll be right back. Larry H. Miller Field. Today's game is brought to you by Tab Bank, home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account with 3.5% annual percentage yield on your account balance and 1% cash back on eligible purchases. It's a big deal. Member FDIC. Start off the inning here with Riley Brown coming up to the plate. Sacrifice fly, RBI in his first plate appearance. So he'll get another crack at it. 3 runs scored in the first 2 innings by the Bengals. He'll take ball 1 inside to start things off, leading off for the third baseman. Riley Brown, 432 average, Salt Lake Community College commit. Spit on the 2-0, 2-0 here. For Riley Brown, 38 hits, 34 RBIs, 12 walks, 1.321 OPS. He'll take strike 1 on the outside corner of the plate. Good placement there by the righty Kai Wesley. Two-one pitch here. Take it high, make it 3-1. Full count here on the foul off from Riley Brown. Wesley takes time. Get a mound visit from Jack Allen behind the plate for the Tigers. Riley Brown, 3-2 full count. Here's the payoff. will reset and do it again as Brown will face his 7th pitch of the at-bat. Hit hard to second base and through the infield. That'll be a no-out single. Lead-off single here for Riley Brown. That'll bring up number 28, River Schmidt. Hit by pitch in his first plate appearance. In the bottom of the first inning. Bottom of the third, no outs. Runner on first base for River Schmidt in the cleanup spot. Take ball one outside. 1-0 count running. Cooper Scott in the on-deck circle. Swing and a miss on the 1-0. Make it 1-1 even count here. Man on first. Nobody out for River Schmidt. Soft grounder to second base. No play at second. And that's out number 1 in the inning. River Schmidt couldn't beat out the throw, but the runner will advance to second base on the 5-3 ground out. Cooper Scott stepping up to the plate, number 23. Fly out in the first inning. Man in running, in scoring position. Called strike 1. Brighton leads 3-1 over the Orem Tigers here in the bottom of the third inning. Here is the 0-1 from Kai Wesley. Even count 1-1 on the ball outside. Two one, ball outside to Scott. 3 hits for the Tigers, 3 hits for the Bengals. 3 runs to show for it for the Bengals, just 1 for the Tigers. Ball hit high into right field. Looks like it will drop. Runner's going to stay at third and second on the throw to home plate. But with 1 out here, we got a man on second and a man on third in what should be ruled as a double for Cooper Scott. Once again, another bloop falling shallow in the outfield grass. Unable to make the play once again is the Orem defense. Couple of bloop hits. 1 for a double, 1 for a single early on in this game. That'll bring up Easton Fry. Fly out in the second. Man on second and third, 1 out, bottom of 3. Swing and a miss from Fry. Make it 0-1. A 1 pitch high, 1-1 count. Here's the 1-1 from Kai Wesley. Ball too low. 425. Easton Fry, 421. Leads the team with 12 home runs on the season, 1.593 OPS. Committed to Southern Idaho to play ball next year. As he works the count 3-1 here with one out. Runners on second and third in the bottom of the third inning. Swung on. Ball hit into foul territory, make it a full count, 3-2. Here in the bottom of third, some passerbys on the sidewalk. Had to get a heads up from the crowd there as that ball was carrying out into the street here at Brigham Young University. Full count, here's the payoff. Out of play, left side once again. Remains a 3-2 count for Easton Fry, the senior. 32 hits, 43 RBIs to lead the Bengals. 15 walks, mentioned it earlier, 12 home runs, 10 doubles. Has some power in that bat. He'll have to duck out of the way for ball 4. Bases loaded here in the bottom of the third inning. J.C. Garza, single, reached second on an error in the second. Number 8, batting 7 in the lineup. Starting at catcher today, we'll have a chance to break things open here with the bases loaded and one out in the bottom of 3. We'll get a chat at the mound between the Orem infield and head coach with starting pitcher Kai Wesley. J.C. Garza stepping into the batter's box. Another righty on righty matchup. Ball 1 low. Ball too high. 2-0 count here to Garza. J.C. Garza, 391, 1127 OPS, 13 walks, 25 hits, 26 RBIs. Timeout at the plate. We'll get a reset. 2-0 pitch coming here from Kai Wesley. Ball inside, make it 3-0 here to Garza. Patience at the plate. Working it into a 3-0 count. Bases loaded here. Can't afford a walk if you're Orem and Kai Wesley. Let's see if Garza has the green light here, if this will be an automatic take. Strike 1 down the middle, auto take, make it 3-1. Coming from Wesley. Ball outside. 5-pitch walk here for J.C. Garza. That'll drive in a run. Make it 4-1 Brighton Bengals. And the bottom of the third inning. A run scored in every inning so far for the Bengals. 1 in the first, 2 in the second, now 1 here in the third with 1 out. Bases still loaded for Miles Layton. Miles Layton hit a rope to left field to drive in 2 runs on the bomb. The 2 Brighton runs of the second inning coming on the Miles Layton 2-run homer. Second home run of the year for Miles Layton. Looking to do it again and blow things open here in the second round of bracket play. Takes strike 1. Some action in the Orem bullpen here early in the bottom of the third. Oh, 1. Hit softly over to second base. That's going to drive in a runner. Play over at first base, but ground out RBI there. Fielder's choice for Miles Layton for his 3rd RBI of the day. Make it 5-1 Brighton Bengals here in the bottom of the third. Runners on second and third for the bottom of the lineup. Nacho Price, a single in the top of the second, bottom of the second, for Price. Hits this softly foul. Make the count 0-1. 2 outs for Price. Here's the 0-1. And that. Thought it may have hit Price. It did not, just a little bit outside. Even count 1-1. Price looked ready for a bunt attempt, but ball 2 outside. Makes it 2-1 on the second baseman. Runners on second and third. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Brighton leads Orem 5-1. 3-1 count here for Price. A single, a double, a walk, another walk, and a fielder's choice has given Brighton another 2 spot here in the third. Swung on high, back, foul. Count runs full here, 3-2 on Nacho Price. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss to end the inning here for Kai Wesley and the Orem Tigers. Brighton adding 2 runs to their lead. 5-1 Bengals over the Tigers. As we head to the top of the 4th inning after a message from our sponsors.
With a TabSpend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. TabSpend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
To Larry H. Miller Field here at Brigham Young University. Brighton Bengals lead the Orem Tigers 5-1 here in the top of the 4th inning. Case Beams will take the mound once again for the Bengals. 3 strikeouts, just 3 hits, 1 earned run so far through 3. Second time through the lineup will face Jackson Johnson. Strikeout in the first as he swings through strike 1. Strike 2 on the outside corner of the plate, coming in from Case Beams. 0-2 pitch coming outside and low, 1-2 to Jackson Johnson. Low and outside, 2-2 even count. To number 2, playing second base today. Called strike 3, looking strikeout number 4 for Case Beams for out number 1 in this top of the 4th inning. That'll bring up Blake Brotherson with 1 out here in the top of the 4th. That ball inside, 1-0 on Brotherson. Blake Brotherson struck out in the second. As he takes ball 2, low and away. Swing and a miss on the 2-0. 2-1 count run into Blake Brotherson. Ball low once again. 3-1 count here. Brotherson working himself into a hitter's count. See if he has the green light on the 3-1. He does not, and he will take it. 5-pitch walk. 1 out walk for Blake Brotherson. Man on first, 1 out. Top of the 4th inning for Jack Allen. Number 5 playing catcher today for the Tigers. Ball 1 high, 1-0 here to Allen. Throw back to first base, not in time. Blake Brotherson sliding back, covering first base. Will reset, 1-0 count, 1 out, top of 4. Ball too high to Jack Allen. Two-0 called, strike 1. Two one coming in from Beams. Off-speed pitch there, fouled back, make it 2-2. Coming in on the hands of Jack Allen. Throw back to first once again, checking in on Blake Brotherson at first. Not in time, count remains even. Called strike 3, looking once again. Case Beams, 5th strikeout for the 2nd out of the top of the 4th inning.
Now, plate number 9, Matt Ellison.
Couple of strikeouts in the inning from Beams. Catching the batters looking. Painting the outside corners. 2 outs. Runner on first here for the 9 spot, Mark Ellison. Takes ball 1. Ball outside, 2-0. Ellison flew out in the 2nd inning. 2 outs, runner on first for the left fielder. Ball outside once again. Count runs 3-0 here to Allen. Patience at the plate, working himself into a hitter's count. See if he has a green light here, or this will be an auto take. Takes strike 1 from Case Beams. Takes a peek over at first base. 3-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Count runs full here from Beams to Ellison. 3-2, 2 outs, runner on first base. in the top of 4. Here's the payoff. Swung on and missed. 3 strikeouts in the inning. 6 on the day for Case Beams. Excellent inning here to get the last 2 batters on strikeouts. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th inning with Jack Saba leading things off in the bottom of 4. We'll get a word from our sponsors. Jack Saba leading things off here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Kai Wesley still on the mound. 3 innings of work so far. 4 hits, 5 earned runs for the junior. That one's hit hard on a line to left field. Out of the reach of the left fielder. And that's going to be extra bases to start off the inning for Jack Saba. Lead off double. Saba leading things off with an extra base hit to left field. Well hit ball, bounced off the wall. Playable by the left fielder Mark Ellison. But Jack Saba will be at second base nonetheless here for Bubba Ellis. A couple of ground outs in the first and second for Ellis. Runner in scoring position for the right fielder. As he takes ball 1 high and outside. One-0 pitch, make it 2-0 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. No outs, runner on second. Bubba Ellis at the plate, 2 spot, wearing number 4. Swing and a miss. Runner takes third. In safely is Jack Saba. Sliding in head first to take third base. Strike called on Ellis. 2-1 count here in the bottom of the 4th. Ball outside, make it 3-1 count. Bubba Ellis working himself into a hitter's count. With Saba standing at third base. 3-1, hit high into the infield. Caught by the shortstop, Cy Burge. That'll be out number 1 in the inning for the Bengals. Riley Brown stepping up to the plate with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. That one hit into center field. That will drop in front of the center fielder, and that will bring home Jack Saba. 6-1 Brighton lead on the RBI single from Riley Brown.
Next to plate number 28, River Schmidt.
That'll bring up River Schmidt here. As the Bengals have scored in every inning so far. 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third, 1 in the 4th here, with 1 out and a man on first base. Hit by pitch and a ground out, and River Schmidt's first 2 plate appearances. DH today, batting in the cleanup spot. Swing and a miss for strike 1. That ball's hit on a line into left field, but playable. Out number 2 made by Mac Ellison. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. That'll bring up number 23, Cooper Scott, double in his last at-bat in the 3rd inning. 2 outs, runner on first base, 1 run in the inning for the Bengals. Ball low and outside here. Start things off for Cooper Scott. Check swing, wild pitch. Number 24, Rowley Brown will take second base. Put another run in scoring position. 1-1 count here on Cooper Scott. One pitch coming in from Kai Wesley on Cooper Scott. Swung on third base side, but foul. 1-2 count running here for Scott. Turns away Scott for ball 2, even count 2-2 on the ball inside. Two coming in from Kai Wesley. Takes a peek back at second base. Two pitch, outside, count runs full here for Cooper Scott. Two outs, full count here to Cooper Scott in the bottom of the 4th inning. Here, thought it was the payoff. Wesley takes a step off the mound. Hold the runner at second. Now here is the payoff. Swung on. Into shallow left field, playable for the shortstop, Cy Burge, and that will do it here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Brighton adding another run. Bengals lead the Tigers 6-1, heading into the top of the 5th. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Brigham Young University. Winners bracket here in round 2 of bracket play for the 5A Utah State Baseball Tournament. Case Beam, 6 strikeouts. 3 hits allowed, just 1 run here. Through 4 innings, we'll take the mound for the 5th, facing off against Merrick Boston. Boston reached base, both plate appearances so far today. A walk in the 1st, a single, and a steal in the 3rd. And he'll start off the 5th inning, leading off. Called strike on the inside corner of the plate to start things off in the top of the 5th inning. Strike 2. Case Beams works it to an 0-2 count quickly. Swing and a miss, foul tipped, but not able to be caught by the catcher. Will reset, remains 0-2 on Merrick Boston. Swing and a miss this time. Boston goes down swinging. Strikeout number 7 for Beams, out number 1 in the top of the 5th inning. brings us to Cy Burge. A single and a ground out in his first 2 at-bats. Strike 1. Paint from Case Beams on the inside corner. Ball 1 outside, even count 1-1 here to Cy Burge. Swing and a miss, 1-2 count. Working quickly once again is Case Beams. Through 4 innings in a third. 3 hits, 1 earned run, 7 strikeouts. That ball's fouled off. Count remains 1-2 for Cy Burge. One-two pitch coming from Beams. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 2 in the inning, number 8 on the night for out number 2 in the top of the 5th inning. Case Beams. 5 strikeouts in the last 6 batters. As Chase Ford takes ball 1 high. Hit by pitch and an RBI single for Chase Ford, the lone run for the Tigers. Ball 2 outside. Swing and a miss on the 2-0. 2-1. Beams working back in the count. That one line to left field. 1-2 out single. Here for Chase Ford.
Now playing for 11, Tatum Kawa.
That'll bring up Taden Kawa. Talked about him in the open. Game-winning walk-off home run last night. Looking to cut into this Brighton lead in his at-bat here. Going up against Case Beams, 3rd at-bat. Strikeout and a flyout in his first 2 plate appearances as he takes ball 1 low and away. Inside 2-0 to Kawa. Make it 3-0. Runner on first here in the top of the 5th inning. 2 outs, 3-0 count to Taden Kawa. Called strike, 3-1. Swing and a miss. Count runs full here for Taden Kawa. Payoff pitch, runner goes. Ball 4, low and away. Puts a runner on first and second with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. That'll bring up Zach Ingerman. Fly out and a ground out so far in today's game in his first 2 at-bats. Couple of runners on after back-to-back strikeouts to start the inning for Case Beams. Ball 1, low and away. Low once again, 2-0. Here to Zach Ingerman. Oh, Ingerman ducks out of that pitch. 3-0. We'll get a mound visit here from the catcher, J.C. Garza. We'll reset here. 3-0 count to Zach Ingerman. Called strike one. Auto take there for Ingerman. Make it 3-1. Three-one pitch, fouled back, full count once again here in the top of the fifth inning. Runners on first and second for Zach Ingerman. Here is the payoff pitch. Inside, ball four, bases loaded here in the top of the fifth inning, 2 outs. Jackson Johnson up at the plate. Couple of strikeouts in his first 2 plate appearances for Johnson. 2 outs, bases loaded. Looking to cut into this Brighton 6-1 lead here in the top of 5. Oh, pitch coming in from Beams. Ball one outside. One 0 pitch from Beams. Swung on, fouled on the right side. Even count 1-1. One coming in from Beams. Fouled once again. Beams worked his way into a 1-2 count, going up against Jackson Johnson. Here's the 1-2. Low and away, even count, 2-2 to Johnson. Two swing and a miss. Case Beams works out of the bases loaded jam with another strikeout. All 3 outs in the inning were strikeouts. Strikeout number 9 on the evening for Beams will take us to the bottom of the 5th inning after Larry H. Miller Field, where the Brighton Bengals have a 6-1 lead over the Orem Tigers. Kai Wesley staying on the mound into the 5th inning, as we'll get Easton Fry leading off, number 25, a fly out in the second, a walk in the third, trying to maintain their 6-1 lead and advance in bracket play. As Fry will take first base on the hit by pitch to lead things off here in the bottom of the 5th. J.C. Garza steps up to the plate. 0-1 count on the foul off down the left field line. Garza, a single, reached second on an error and a walk that drew in an RBI in the third in his first 2 plate appearances. Man on first, nobody out. 0-1 count coming from Kai Wesley. Make it 1-1, even count on Garza. We'll get a balk here. Easton Fry will take second place. That'll put a runner in scoring position here for J.C. Garza. One pitch coming in from Kai Wesley. Swung on. High into right center. Playable. And that will be out number 1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Runner remains on second base. And that'll bring up Miles Layton. 3 RBIs on the day for Layton. 2-run homer in the second. RBI on a fielder's choice in the third. He'll have a runner in scoring position with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. We'll get a meeting at the mound. Some action in the Orem bullpen right now. Action in the Brighton bullpen as well. Looks like Kai Wesley will remain on the mound here in the 5th inning. 4 1/3 for Wesley so far in this game. Brighton Bengals leading 6-1 here in round 2 of bracket play. Winner will advance and wait to see who they take on. Loser will take on Viewmont tomorrow at 1:30. Excuse me, Salem Hills tomorrow at 11. Whoever wins that game will take on the winner of this game in round 3 of bracket play. Miles Layton, reset. 1 out, bottom of the 5th, runner on second. Layton, soft ground ball to second base. Runner moves over to third, play at first for a 4-3 ground out. Second out of the inning here for Kai Wesley. Runner moves over to third. 2 outs for Nacho Price. Price, a single in the second, strikeout in the third. Opportunity to add some insurance runs for the Bengals. Strike 1 is called by the home plate umpire. 0-1 count to Nacho Price. Oh, 1 count, ball a little low. 1-1 here to Price. Ball outside, 2-1 count running for Price from Kai Wesley. 6-1, Brighton leading, bottom of 5. That one's hit hard into left field. That's going to be an RBI single for Nacho Price. He'll hold at first base, but that will drive in another run for the Bengals, make it 7-1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Back to the top of the order for the Bengals. Jack Saba, number 9, shortstop. Hit by pitch in the first, fly out in the second, double in the fourth. Ball 1 high. Ball low, runner holds at first base, 2-0 count. Takes a peek over at first base. Strike one in the outside corner. Count runs 2-1 for Saba. Two one pitch is outside. 3-1. That one smoked into left field, fair. Gonna reach for extra bases. Coming home is Nacho Price. And he will slide head first, 8-1 Brighton Bengals on the RBI triple from Jack Saba. Smoke down the left field line. Runner comes from first base home. Jack Saba, RBI triple. His 6th triple of the season for the leadoff man. That will do it here for Kai Wesley in the bottom of the 5th inning. He will be relieved. We'll take a short break and be back shortly. Larry H. Miller Field at Brigham Young University. Brighton Bengals leading 8-1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Pitching change. Kai Wesley relieved here by Matt Christensen. The junior pitcher coming in. 2 outs, runner on third base for Bubba Ellis. He takes a swing, fouls it off. 0-1 on the first pitch from Matt Christensen. Swing and a miss, tied him up, 0-2. Bengals have scored in every inning, 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and 2 here in the 5th. Just moments ago, the RBI triple from Jack Saba drove in Nacho Price. Strikeout looking here to Larry H. Miller Field. We have a pitching change for the Bengals. Case Beams, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 9 strikeouts. Relieved here by number 23, Cooper Scott. Cooper Scott coming in, 2.33 ERA in 6 innings pitched, 10 Ks, 3 walks. Bengals leading the Tigers, 8-1 in this one. Coming up to the plate to lead off the inning for the Tigers is number 7, Blake Brotherson. Strikeout in the second, walk in the 4th. Trying to rally here in the top of the 6th inning. Not an elimination game. Loser of this game will take on Salem Hills, as mentioned before. And the winner of that game will take on the winner of this game. Barring any change here, Brighton would advance. Orem would take on Salem Hills tomorrow. And the winner would advance to take on Brighton if the score here holds. Blake Brotherson will have something to say about that leading off. Swing and a miss to start things off, 0-1 from Cooper Scott to Brotherson. Even count, 1-1. Make it 2-1. Ball hit high in the infield. Play made there by Miles Layton at first base. That'll be out number 1 here in the top of the 6th inning. That'll bring up Jack Allen, number 5. Fly out in the 2nd, strike out in the 4th.
Play number 5, Jack Allen.
Here's the pitch from Scott. Ball 1 high. Strike on the top rail. Even count 1-1 to Allen. Strike 2, looking 1-2 count running from Scott to Allen. Top of the 6th inning, 1 out, 1-2 pitch. Hit softly over to second base. And the play is made, 4-3 ground out, 2nd out of the inning here in the top of the 6th. That'll bring up the 9-hitter, wearing number 9, Mac Ellison. Fly out in the 2nd, strike out in the 4th. Swing and a miss on strike 1. Ball hit. Left side, out of play, foul. Count runs 0-2. Cooper Scott working quickly here. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 to end the inning here in the top of the 6th inning. Cooper Scott going 1, 2, 3 to end the top of the 6th. We'll take it to the bottom of the 6th. Brighton Bengals ahead 8-1 over the Orem Tigers here at Brigham Young University in the 5A Utah State Baseball Tournament. We'll get a word from our sponsors and be back shortly.
With a TabSpend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. TabSpend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
Leading the Orem Tigers 8-1 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Word from our sponsors. Today's game is brought to you by Tab Bank, home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account with 3.5% annual percentage yield on your account balance and 1% cash back on eligible purchases. But great rewards are just the beginning. Convenient online and mobile banking with no hidden or complex qualification requirements, no minimum opening balance, and no account fees. It's a big deal. Member FDIC. Leading things off here in the 6th inning, number 24, Riley Brown. Matt Christensen remains on the mound for Orem. Bengals leading 8-1. Ball outside to start the bottom of the 6th. Fouled off. Even count 1-1 to Riley Brown. Riley Brown a sacrifice fly RBI in the 1st, single in the 3rd, RBI single in the 4th. Couple of RBIs for the 3rd baseman, number 24. Slow roller over to 3rd base. Throw to 1st. Not in time. Riley Brown beats out the throw, will be safe on the infield single. Runner on 1st, nobody out, bottom of the 6th. Coming up for number 28, River Schmidt. Ball hit high up in the infield. Playable by the 2nd baseman. Out number 1 here in the inning. Comes from River Schmidt on the pop-out. We'll head to the 5 spot. Cooper Scott. One out in the bottom of the sixth. Runner on first base for the left fielder. Ball one high, laid off by Cooper Scott. Ball two, low. Ball three, high and outside. That one's hit hard into center field on the line. Playable from the center fielder, Merrick Boston. Out number 2 in the inning. Runner holds at first base on the 3-0 pitch. That's going to bring up number 25, Easton Fry. Swing and a miss on the first pitch of the at-bat. Oh, 1, foul tap left side. 0-2 to Easton Fry. Two outs in the bottom of the sixth. 0-2 count. Ball high, 1-2. Foul tapped left side once again. Count stays 1-2. Easton Fry. Fly out in the second. Walk in the third. Hit by pitch in the fifth. Fourth plate appearance of the afternoon. He'll take ball too high. Count evened up at 2-2. That ball hit high. Drifting foul. Will it fall? No, it will not. Out number 3. We'll head to the top of the seventh. Orem with their final 3 outs to work with. Brighton Bengals up 8-1 here in the 5A Utah State Baseball Tournament. Field here at Brigham Young University. Beautiful night for some baseball. The Brighton Bengals lead 8-1 over the Orem Tigers. Top of the 7th inning here. Final 3 outs for Orem to work with. Cooper Scott remains on the mound for his 2nd inning of work, relieved Case Beams. Beams with an excellent outing, just 1 run ball. As Merrick Boston takes the 1-0 pitch. That ball in the dirt, 2-0 from Cooper Scott to Merrick Boston. Boston, a walk in the first, single and a steal in the third, and a strikeout in the 5th. He'll take ball 3. Four-pitch walk to lead off the top of the 7th from Merrick Boston. To bring up Cy Burge. No outs, top of the 7th. Runner on first base. Little chat at the mound between Cooper Scott and J.C. Garza. Here to Cy Burge. Cy Burge, single in the first, ground out in the third, strikeout in the 5th. Strike one on the outside corner. Evened up at 1-1. Merrick Boston, lead off walk to start things off in the top of the 7th. No outs, 0-1 pitch coming from Cooper Scott. Swung on. That's a base hit into center field. Runner will hold at second. No out single here for Cy Burge. Runners at first and second here. Top of the 7th, no outs. Chase Ford coming up to bat. Chase Ford hit by pitch in the 1st. RBI single in the 3rd and a single in the 5th. Reached base every plate appearance so far. Strike one called here from Cooper Scott. Strike two called on the inside corner. Count runs 0-2 here for Cooper Scott. Pitching to Chase Ford. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 1 for Cooper Scott. Out number 1 in the inning. Taden Kawa steps up to the plate. 1 out in the top of 7. Runners on first and second. Kawa, a strikeout in the 1st, fly out in the 3rd, walk in the 5th. Swing and a miss on the first pitch of the at-bat. That ball hit sharply to third base. We'll get it over to second, get it over to first. Inning-ending double play, and that will do it. The Brighton Bengals advance in the winner's bracket of the 5A Utah State Baseball Tournament. Case Beams with an excellent outing. Just 1 earned run. Cooper Scott, final 2 innings of the day. No earned runs and a strikeout. Just 1 hit allowed. Perfectly executed game, top to bottom by the Bengals. And that will do it here in this one. Thank you all so much for joining us today on KSLSports.com. Big thank you to our production staff and everyone behind the scenes who made this broadcast possible. My name is Kyle Garrison. Tune back in at 7 o'clock as the 1 seed Maple Mountain takes on the surprise 20 seed Spanish Fork to see who will continue to advance and who will take on Viewmont in the losers bracket tomorrow. Catch all the action throughout the week here on KSLSports.com. Thanks again for tuning in. We will see you all next time.